In the heart of the vibrant Eshu kingdom, under the enchanting light of a full moon, a girl named Adeze came into the world, her first cries mingling with the nocturnal symphonies of the wilderness. Born to a humble woodcutter and his kind-hearted wife, Adeze was a gem in a simple setting. Despite the family's modest means, nestled on the edge of a dense forest where the woodcutter plied his trade, their home was rich with love and laughter. Adeze grew up dancing to the rhythm of the rustling leaves and the melodic calls of the forest birds. Her parents, though not wealthy in coins, were affluent in affection and taught her to appreciate the beauty in every little aspect of life. Adaeze's father would often carve small animals from wood scraps, bringing them to life with stories of the forest, while her mother sang lullabies that seemed to weave peace into the very air. However, their idyllic life was shadowed by fragility. Adaeze's parents battled recurring ailments, exacerbated by their arduous work and the damp, unforgiving chill of the forest nights. By the time Adeze was 12, the relentless grip of illness claimed them both, leaving her in a world that suddenly seemed stark and immense. The care of Adeze fell to her stepmother, who had married her father in the waning years of his life. With her came two daughters from a previous union, both close to Adeze's age but distant in spirit. Unlike Adeze, whose beauty was matched by her graciousness and gentle strength, her stepsisters harbored a bitterness that festered deep within, fueled by envy. They resented the affection and praise Adeze effortlessly won from those around her, including the casual admirers in the village whose eyes lingered longer on Adeze than on them. The transition was harsh. Her stepmother, a stern woman with sharp eyes and a sharper tongue, saw Adeze's charm as a threat to her own daughter's prospects. Under her authority, Adeze's life transformed from one of freedom and joy to servitude and obscurity. Assigned the lowliest chores and dressed in the plainest clothes, Adeze's radiant smile became a rare sight, reserved for solitary moments when she could escape to the forest that had cradled her childhood. Here, in the heart of the wilderness that had nurtured her, Adeze found brief respite, clinging to the memories of her parents' love and the hope that something might yet change her fortunes. One day, as the sisters grew older, excitement rippled through the Eshu kingdom as the king announced a grand festival to select a bride for his son, Prince Iz. This event was to be a celebration of beauty, talent, and grace, attracting hopefuls from across the kingdom. Adeze's step-family was abuzz with anticipation, consumed by preparations to ensure the stepsisters would shine at the festival, seeing it as their chance to ascend to royalty. The stepmother, determined to secure a royal connection, spared no expense for her biological daughters. They were fitted with the most exquisite dresses and practiced etiquette and graceful dances, aiming to capture the prince's attention. In stark contrast, Adeze was burdened with additional chores and strategically kept away from any preparation that might allow her to attend. Her stepmother feared that Adeze's natural elegance and striking beauty, if seen by the prince, would eclipse her own daughters. On the eve of the festival, with her heart heavy with sorrow and a sense of abandonment, Adeze sought solace where she felt closest to her deceased parents, at her mother's grave. The quiet of the graveyard enveloped her as she knelt and whispered her fears and dreams into the night. Her tears soaked the earth, and she felt utterly alone, her hopes of experiencing life beyond servitude fading with each passing moment. As Adeze's tears glistened under the moon's gentle glow, the air around her mother's grave shimmered with an ethereal light. From this luminescence emerged a figure of serene beauty, introducing herself as the Moonlight Maiden, a guardian spirit sworn to protect the Eshu lineage. Sensing the purity and despair of Adeze's heart, the Moonlight Maiden was moved to intervene. With a graceful wave of her hand, the spirit transformed Adeze's tattered rags into a gown that sparkled like the night sky, woven from the very beams of the moon. Her simple sandals turned into exquisite footwear, crafted from the finest gold dust that the savannah winds had ever carried. Adeze stood awestruck, her appearance now reflecting her inner grace and royal potential. The Moonlight Maiden, her eyes soft with compassion, imparted a crucial warning. The magic bestowed upon Adeze would only last until the final drumbeat of midnight at the festival. She urged Adeze to make the most of the night, to let her true self shine brightly at the event, but to be wary of the time. With these parting words, the spirit slowly faded into the night, leaving behind a trail of silvery mist and a renewed sense of hope in Adese's heart. Empowered by this miraculous transformation and the guardian's words, Adeze set off towards the festival, her heart pounding with a mix of excitement and nervous anticipation. The festival was in full swing when Adeze arrived, her presence heralded by whispers that turned into awed silence as she stepped into the light. The radiant gown and golden sandals shimmered with every step she took, casting soft glows on the faces of the enchanted onlookers. Prince Ez, amid the revelry, caught a glimpse of Adeze and was instantly captivated by her ethereal beauty and the quiet dignity with which she carried herself. Throughout the evening, Adeze moved with a grace that seemed to weave a spell over the court. Her humility and kindness in interactions were apparent, drawing many admirers, but her eyes were always aware of the ticking clock, mindful of the Moonlight Maiden's warning. As the evening progressed, Prince Ez, moved by her elegance and intrigued by her mysterious aura, attempted to approach her. However, as the final drumbeat echoed through the grand hall, marking the approach of midnight, panic gripped Adeze. Remembering the Moonlight Maiden's words, she hastily made her way through the crowd, her heart racing as she rushed to leave before the magic wore off. In her hurried escape, one of her golden sandals slipped off her foot and was left behind in the chaos. Prince Ez, reaching the spot where he had last seen her, found the golden sandal, a sole clue to the identity of the maiden who had stolen his heart. The festival ended with a mix of celebration and mystery, the kingdom abuzz with talks of the enchanting stranger. Prince Adeze held onto the sandal, determined to find and reunite with the mysterious maiden whose grace had touched his soul, setting the stage for a quest that would entwine their fates forever. Fueled by a relentless resolve to find the mysterious maiden, Prince Adeze embarked on a kingdom-wide search. Guided by the golden sandal, he visited every household, stirring excitement and whispers of hope wherever he went. The news of his quest spread like wildfire, igniting dreams and speculations across the land. Yet no maiden he met could fit the delicate sandal. Each attempt ended in disappointment. When Prince Adeze finally reached Adeze's humble abode, a palpable tension filled the air. Her stepmother, driven by fear of exposure, had hidden Adeze away in a small, dusty room behind the kitchen, under the guise of safeguarding some old family heirlooms. The stepsisters, adorned in their finest, presented themselves eagerly, each desperate to prove herself as the enchanting maiden from the night of the festival. One by one, they tried on the sandal, stretching and squeezing their feet into the golden footwear, but to no avail. Their efforts grew increasingly desperate, observed by their scheming mother, whose anxious glances betrayed her nervousness. All the while, Adeze was locked away, her fate uncertain, listening to the muffled sounds of failure and frustration. However, a kindly servant, who had always been fond of Adeze, could not bear the injustice. Seizing a moment of distraction, she slipped away to inform a guard of the true maiden's plight. The prince was alerted and, disturbed by the news, demanded to see every member of the household. The hidden door to Adeze's makeshift prison was reluctantly opened by the stepmother. There, in the dim light, stood Adeze, her appearance disheveled, yet her poise undiminished by the confines of her captivity. Guided gently into the light by Prince Ease, her presence silenced the room. With calm dignity, Adeze stepped forward and slipped her foot into the sandal. It fit perfectly, just as it had on the night that had changed her destiny. The room fell utterly silent, the truth now clear and undeniable. Prince Ease, overjoyed and relieved, recognized her at once, the maiden whose grace had captivated his heart at the festival. The revelation of Adeze's true identity and the circumstances of her confinement brought a swift and dramatic change in the villagers' perceptions. Recalling her kindness and humility, even in the face of her harsh conditions, the community turned their backs on the Step family, denouncing their cruelty and deceit. They rallied around Adeze, offering apologies for their previous blindness to her suffering and expressing admiration for her resilience. In this atmosphere of renewal, Adeze stood beside Prince Ez, her spirit unbroken by her trials. Her story, a powerful testament to her strength and grace under pressure, resonated deeply within the kingdom, inspiring a profound shift toward compassion and integrity. As the prince and Adeze prepared to return to the palace, the kingdom celebrated not just the finding of a bride, but the emergence of a true leader in Adeze. Her journey from ashes to royalty promised a future of benevolent governance and renewed unity, marking the beginning of a golden era for the Eshu kingdom.